Hello friends. Our focus for today's practice is to ease and release the tension that many of us experience in our backs, particularly our lower back will be our emphasis for this session. So we'll find some length through our spine and build some strength and also release a bit through the hips to ease up that tension. So it'll be helpful to have a pair of blocks and a blanket if you'd like. We'll begin our practice in extended child's pose to lengthen and stretch our spine. Remember, you could always return into child's pose for a sense of comfort or a pause at any time during our practice. So with two blocks at the front of your mat, about shoulder distance apart, we'll touch our big toes together. Knees can widen to any width that feels comfortable for you. We'll extend our palms forward onto our blocks as our hips draw down towards our heels. Beginning to settle into your child's pose by lowering your front body down towards the earth. Forehead also reaches down towards the earth. Gently sinking down with each out breath. Begin to feel the lengthening through your side torso. And again, with every out breath, just slowly sinking down. You may even use one of your blocks to rest your forehead onto for additional comfort. Exploring your breath as it travels into your body, feeling the expansion through your side and back body. And you continue to lengthen. We'll rise up onto hands and knees, just making sure that our elbow is in line with our shoulder and our wrists. We'll come into our cat-cow. Taking a breath in, preparing for our cow posture. As we breathe out, exhale, lowering our belly down towards the earth as we gaze up and our tailbone arches upward. Next breath in, rounding our spine. Tailbone points down and we gaze towards our thighs. So feel free to move at a pace that feels natural with your breath cycle. Breathing out, arriving into cow, and in as we flow into rounding our spine. I invite you to even remain in either cat or cow to gain a better sense of the movement and the sensation of the breath and the body. Exhaling into cow and inhale cat. Cat-cow is a wonderful pose to come into to relieve lower back tension. So now that we've brought increased mobility into our spine, we'll continue to build some strength
with a version of plank. We'll extend our left arm forward, reaching through your fingertips as you extend your opposite leg back. Feel free to lift your leg up as you draw your abs in and up, pushing away through your heel if you've lifted your leg up, and then lowering down on your next out breath. Bringing that to our second side, extending your arm forward, just drawing your shoulders back and down. Opposite leg extends this time, lifting your leg if you feel comfortable to do that today. Abs activated, gazing forward. Great, and lowering back down.
If you'd like more sensation to your plank or welcome additional challenge, I invite you to even come onto your forearms. If you choose to come into the forearm plank version, we'll bend our elbows with our elbows in line with our shoulders. Again, activating through our abdominals, toes tucked under, pushing away through from your heels and pushing into the earth as we maintain a line from our heels through our legs and our torso, our neck, and our head. Couple breaths here, lowering our belly down into the earth. Let's take a moment to extend our arms in front of us, forehead resting onto our mat. Our feet can be about hip distance apart. We'll come into Sphinx pose, which is a back bend. Again, we'll bend at our elbows, allowing our elbows to rest below our shoulders. And we'll spread our fingers wide so that our palms of our hands have full contact with the earth. We'll lift our chest up as we gaze forward with our shoulders rolled back and down. Just begin to feel the expansion through your chest with every breath in and out. On the next exhale, just a reminder to allow your hips and your pelvis to press down towards the earth, feeling your chest expand and open with every breath in and out. Great. Sphinx pose is a wonderful basic back bend to stretch and strengthen our backs. We'll rise back up onto all fours from here. And as we rest our hips back onto our heels, we'll sweep our legs forward into staff pose. We're lengthening our spine, lifting through the crown of our head in our staff pose, and our legs are about hip width apart, pushing away through our heels, feet flexed. Feel free to add a blanket underneath your hips for additional lift and lengthening through your spine if it feels more comfortable for you. Placing our hands to either side, let's relax our shoulders back and down. We'll take a few breaths in staff pose as we feel the earth continually support us with every exhale. Next breath in, lengthen, and exhale, begin to fold forward from our hips. Our hands may rest to the outsides of our legs, or we could even begin to grab a hold of the bottoms of our feet. Lengthening again, once again on our breath in, and feeling a deeper sensation of our forward fold on our next exhale. Beautiful. Next in breath, rising back up. We'll move into revolved staff. Let's move the fleshy part of our bottoms so that we can have full contact with our sit bones onto the earth. And we'll roll our thighs inward just to activate through our legs. Next breath in, lifting through the crown of your head. And exhale, placing our left hand to the outside of our right thigh, and our right fingers can rest behind our right hip. On our exhale, we'll gently twist to our right, feeling the movement initiated from our lower spine through our middle and into our upper back. Several breaths. And then exhale, releasing back to center. So we're creating a sense of balance here between both sides of our spine. And we're continuing to build flexibility along our spine. So we'll bring that to our second side. Lift on your next breath in, and then exhale, slowly release into your twist. Maybe gazing behind your left shoulder. Feeling the sensations of arriving into your twist. Exhale, releasing back towards center. That was a refreshing twist. Let's sweep our legs around to the side, onto our knees, tuck our toes under, and slowly walk our hands back. And take a brief pause here. Knees are welcome to be bent. Relaxing through our neck and our head and our shoulders. Maybe even swaying side to side if that feels good for you today. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we'll come into standing. Taking your time. Now, I invite you to find a spot around your home where you can use this small portion of the wall to help with both triangle pose and puppy pose. So feel free to pause the video so that you can be prepared to come into those postures. Coming to stand about a foot distance away from the wall as you face it, we'll step our right foot back a good 2.5 feet. The toes of our left foot are nearly touching the wall at a 90 degree, while our right foot angles out just a bit, about 45 degrees. our left hand and walk it up so that you begin to feel with our hips turned to face away from the wall. Let's place our left hand and walk it up until you begin to feel a comfortable stretch along your side body. And slowly shift your hips back as you push away through the sole of your right foot. Drawing our abdominals in, we'll lift our right arm up towards our right ear and invite a stretch and lengthening through your front body, your side body, and your back body. Taking a few breaths here in our triangle pose. And returning back on your next in-breath. We'll bring triangle to our right side this time. So facing the wall, we'll step our left foot back. Right toes pointing directly forward. Right hand walks up the wall until you feel a pleasant stretch along your side body. We've shifted more onto our left hip as we push away through the sole of our left foot. So lift our left arm up towards our ear and begin to feel a stretch through your side body. Front body as well as back. Remaining here actively for several breaths, continuing to stretch and lengthen through your torso. And then let's go ahead and release back down. We'll complete our standing postures with puppy pose. Puppy pose will help us to continue lengthen through our spine. Just bring more awareness to our body. As we face the wall, we'll place our hands onto the wall and begin to walk our feet back and adjust our hands so that we reach the point where our arms become parallel to the ground and our legs parallel to the wall. So we're actively pushing away through the palms of our hands, and we're also pushing our hips away as we also actively push through our feet. Let's take a few breaths and bring awareness to our bodies. So maybe feeling sensation through your back. And slowly walking our hands back up. And now we'll move back to our mats to finish off our practice. Bending one knee in, let's slowly begin to lower our bodies down towards the earth. Now hugging that knee in towards your chest on the exhale, and gently pushing away with your extended leg through your heel. On your next breath in, switch sides, and exhale, drawing second side in towards your chest. Inhale, release. If you'd like to add more sensation, you could begin to, on your inhale, lift your chest and your shoulders, your head, as you draw in towards your bent knee. This will help with activating the abdominals as we also continue to lengthen and strengthen through our spine. Exhale, drawing in, feeling your upper body rise up on your in-breath and lower back down. Discomfort in our back can often be caused by tight hips, so we'll work right now on releasing tension in that area. Bending your right knee towards the outside of your right chest and grasping the outside of your right foot. Allow your lower back to settle and sink down into the earth as your left foot remains active as you push through the heel. Feeling opening through the right hip and continuing to breathe into that sensation. Great. We'll bring that to the second side, lowering down. Left knee bends, bringing it to the outside of your left chest. And holding on to the outside edge of your foot. Allowing the sensation with every in-breath, noticing the sensation and realizing that you are creating more opening. Bending your right knee towards the outside of your right side body, and then holding onto the outer edge of your foot, beginning to sink your lower back down into the earth with every out breath, and pushing gently through the heel of your extended leg. If bending your left knee and placing the sole of your foot onto the earth feels a little more comfortable, feel free to go ahead and do that. And lowering your right leg down. Let's bring it to our second side. Left knee bends. Shifts just to the outside of your side body. And grasping the outer edge of your foot. Lower back with every out breath sinks a little deeper each time. Let's relax our shoulders back and down. Breathing in to creating more openness, increased flexibility. And then we'll release our left leg down. So on your next breath in, begin to lift your hips up to the height that feels most comfortable for you, pushing away from the earth through your feet, activating through your core, and slowly on your next breath in, release vertebrae by vertebrae back down onto your mat. We'll repeat once again. When at your own pace, we'll repeat. On your next breath in, rising our hips up towards the sky, pushing away through your feet, and focus on your breathing and the lengthening of your spine. And slowly releasing back down towards the earth. Let's draw our knees in and give them a hug and rock from side to side for a gentle massage on your back. We did a lot of work today, and we'll end with our constructive rest. I invite you to come into constructive rest with feet wider than hip distance, allowing your knees to rest onto each other. If you prefer, you can come into full relaxation, extending legs and arms comfortably out to either side. Taking this opportunity to get comfortable, let's invite the release of tension through our facial muscles. Then soften the areas around your eyes. Allow your jaw to relax. Shoulders releasing down into the earth. Your arms, hands, and fingers completely at ease. Letting hips sink into the earth. Legs and feet surrendering. Feeling completely at peace. May this practice have released any discomfort or tension through your lower back and your spine so that you can go about the rest of your day at ease. Thank you.